We're also going to do listening for together, which is about healthy food, comida sana. This activity or exercise was really confusing. I had so many different answers from you. So let's clarify what type of answers you should have given. Let's start by reading the instructions so we know what to do. Elena and Pedro are talking about their diets. Complete the table with the food mentioned in English and whether they think it is healthy or unhealthy. So I know people are going to talk about healthy food, and I know I have to find what food they mention, that my answer has to be in English, and that I have to give another answer depending if the food is healthy with a H or if it's unhealthy with a U. So as you can see below, we have a table, and I need to find two types of food and if it's healthy or unhealthy. So I have 4 gaps. Gap 1 would be food mentioned, gap 2 would be healthy or unhealthy, gap 3 would be food mentioned, and healthy or unhealthy again, gap 4. And that will give me 4 marks, 1 for each gap. So we know that the information, that the questions are in the same order than the information in the text. I know also that they are giving me an example that is going to be mentioned. Like the food is cheese and that's unhealthy. So after that, after they mention cheese and that is unhealthy, I will be looking for my first gap, which is a type of food. So my top tip for this exercise in particular is something that we have mentioned from the beginning of this lesson. Listen for cognates and familiar words. You actually could have answered this question by only understanding 2 words which are cognates. And you will see what I'm talking about when we start reading. So on top, we have the transcript of the listening. On the right, we have your answers. And at the bottom, we have the table as a reference. So we're going to focus on gap 1, which is the food mentioned, and the gap 2, if it's healthy or unhealthy. So I know this information is going to come after they mention cheese, and that is unhealthy. Let's start reading. It says, Hola, Elena, ¿qué tal? Hello, Elena, how are you? It is a distractor, not important, doesn't mention any food. Hola, Pedro, bien, gracias, ¿y tú? Hello, Pedro, I'm well, thank you, and you? Another distractor, no food mentioned. Bien, ¿qué comes? I am fine, what do you eat? Another distractor. Estoy comiendo queso. I am eating cheese. And here we have the first food mentioned, which is the example. So you may not know that queso was cheese, but you could have worked this out because it says comiendo. You know, comer is to eat. And now they say me chifla el queso. I'm crazy about cheese. You also are familiar with me chifla, so they repeat this word again. You should have worked out, this may be cheese. So let's keep reading. They still haven't said if it's unhealthy or healthy. So we need to look for the information. A mí también. Me too. Pero el queso, but the cheese, no es bueno para la salud. It's not good for your health. And here we have the answer of the example that is not good for your health, that is unhealthy. And they reaffirm this by saying, tiene mucha grasa. It is very fatty. Or it has a lot of fat. So now I know that after this, they're going to mention the food that I'm looking for the gap 1. So, sí, es verdad. Yes, it's true. Pero siempre como queso con fruta. But I always eat cheese with fruit. And here we have another type of food, particularly the one we're looking for. And they repeat it again. Y la fruta es muy buena para la salud. They repeat it one more time. Normally, when you have to give an information, in the long listenings, they will repeat it several times. So if you don't get it the first time, you will get it on the second one. So again, fruta is a cognate. It's a very similar word in English and Spanish. And many of you reply correctly. You say fruit, 23 people did that, and 5 people say fruits, which was also fine. So you got those marks. So now we know that the first gap is fruit. It has to be in English, remember. Fruta would not have been an answer. And if we keep reading, it says, now it should say if it's healthy or unhealthy. And indeed it says, es muy buena para la salud. It's very good for your health. However, you could have answered this without not even understanding the listening, because you know that fruit is healthy. So even if you didn't understand, you could have been able to reply that this was healthy. So let's keep reading. Now we need to look for the second food mentioned and if it's healthy or unhealthy. And here you have, so we already have the gap 1, which was fruit, and that this was healthy, and we were up to here, and these are your answers for the gap 3. So again, you can see many different types of answers. Some people reply for the gap 3, if it was healthy or unhealthy, which was not what we were looking for. And some people reply in Spanish, which makes them lose their marks. Some people understood fruit. Well done, but a bit late because that was gap 1. So now we're looking for a different type of food, gap 3. So we keep reading. Sí, debes comer fruta todos los días. Yes, you must eat fruit every day. And you see they say fruta one more time. So we listen to it 3 times. Tienes razón, Elena. You're right, Elena. This is a distractor. Debes comer fruta y verdura todos los días. You must eat fruit and veggies or vegetables every day. And here we have the second type of food that we were looking for gap 3. So I'm just going to put veg because it's shorter. And it is another cognate. It's a very similar word in English and in Spanish. Then if we keep reading, now we will be looking for if it's healthy or unhealthy. So, sí, la verdura también es buena para la salud. Yes, vegetables, and they mention it one more time, is also good for your health. So they are telling us again that it is good for your health. Again, you could have worked this out. You know veggies are good for your health. So you didn't have to understand the Spanish to answer correctly if you understood the food mentioned. But let's keep reading. We already have filled up our table. It says, pero yo prefiero comer fruta. So here it's a little bit of a distractor. Ja, 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 yo también. Ha, 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 me too. So make sure you are very focused in what type of information you're looking for. Listen for familiar words and cognates, in this case only with fruit and vegetables. Understanding fruta y verdura, you will have been successful with this answer. And please don't reply in Spanish if you have to do it in English.